Men who are struggling in their relationships or going through a divorce or a breakup, or you keep going through repeated cycles and patterns, I've been using this metaphor with the men in my program and men in the DMs that I think slaps pretty good. So our childhood impacts how we show up in adult relationships. Whether you had a great childhood, whether you had a not so great childhood, we all learn things about love and relationships from our relationships with our parents and their relationship with each other. We learn a lot. We're just sponges as children without knowing what it is that we're learning. We just get stimuli from our outside environment. We make meaning out of it. We create an identity and a personality around it. And then we go try to reenact it as adults. I would say 99% of people don't put this together. But your nervous system becomes wired in childhood to respond to certain people, certain behaviors, certain patterns as familiar. This is what love is. And so then we go in adulthood and we go seek those types of partners out because your nervous system is drawn towards what's familiar. Even if familiar is unhealthy, chaotic, we call it chemistry, we call it passion. That's just your nervous system spiking, going, danger. And you're like, ooh, I'm so turned on. Anyways, so what we learn in childhood doesn't serve us as adults most of the time. We have to learn new skills and new tools that weren't taught to us as children and how to have healthy long-term relationships. So the metaphor that I use that works so brilliantly is, you remember when you were in like high school football, like even like the junior varsity team, right? Or if you played any sort of sports as a kid, you had like a very kind of foundational knowledge of what was required to win. And some teams were better than that. But can you imagine that playbook that helped you be successful or even just like moderately successful in junior varsity high school football and taking that to the NFL and expecting to win the Super Bowl? That's not going to work. Not going to work. You need more advanced strategies. You need to learn new skills and tools because you're facing new and different challenges. You are in a different league. There is more advanced experiences. And a lot of y'all didn't freaking learn feelings and emotions and how to regulate those and what they mean and how your body uses sensations, we call them feelings, to communicate to your brain. That's totally fine. A lot of people don't know that. But that does not excuse the fact that that's probably what's required for you to have the feelings you do want to have, right? We need to have the balance, the polarity of good and bad feelings. Most people will avoid the bad feelings, but only want the good feelings. But you have to have the polarity and you have to understand what those bad feelings are trying to teach you so that you can orient your nervous system towards having more good feelings. Now, being healed does not mean that you do not experience bad feelings. In fact, probably quite the opposite. You just know how to handle them better so they don't tank your life. You know what they mean to you. You know how to love yourself through them. You know how to regulate yourself through them so they don't destroy your ever-living world. Okay? So all of that to say, if you want to learn the NFL Super Bowl playbook for relationships, I have a program. It's called Healthy Mentality. You can DM me the word heal. We can talk about it. If you're ready to play in the big leagues. We're drafting new rookies for the next season now. I'm really trying to stick with this metaphor because applications for this program close soon. So if you want to join us for the next round, we kick off next month. DM me the word heal and let's talk about it and see if it's the next right step, because we'd love to have you in the big leagues. You show so much promise and so much potential, and we really think you have a shot at making it big. I don't know, let's be silly, but let's make healing fun and worth it, because it is one of the hardest things you will do, but one of the most rewarding things for you to take back your power over your life and not have to suffer and white knuckle life and just assume that that's all you're destined for, because I promise you, you're destined for way more. There is more joy. Your best days are ahead of you, but you've just got to learn from all of the pain and the heartache that you've been experiencing. So that is your invitation. See you in the DMs.